Right, welcome back. It's been about a month since I finished the motorbike for Woody from work. It's next project time. This kit is going to be one of 5 rally car kits that I've picked up over the last year. 2 of them I picked up out at the model fair, the IMPS model fair in Telford last November, and this is the first of those from November. And I've been looking forward to building this kit for nearly a year. So here's the next build. Turning the camera around, it is the 1/24 scale Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5 World Rally car from Tamiya. This is the one from the 1999 WRC season. Box art's not too bad. Pretty much standard Tamiya, to be honest. Nothing on the bottom. There's a fair whack of, there's about 4 or 5 sprues, so it's a fair whack of plastic. So you've got doors, bucket seats, console dash, and a few various bits and bobs. You got tyre wheel rims there, brakes, roll cage, various suspension parts. There's the main body. Not looking too bad. You got another set of wheels, or rims, sorry. You got like the rally rims, and then you've got like the 5-spoked rims. I'm probably going to go with the rally rims, to be honest. Clear parts. You got the main front and rear windows there, and the windscreen, and a few more bits and bobs. Them look like masks. I don't know if I'm going to use those yet. Then you've got the underneath of the chassis, bumper, rear and front, side skirts, probably the rear wing. Then you've got your rubber tyres, which are in the rally tread. They're not slicks. I'm just going to pause this a second and get one out for you. That's better, so you can probably just about make out the tread pattern on the tyres. Not too bad. Quite squishy as well. And you've got decals. I'll come to the Marlboros in a minute. You got decals for Tommy Mackin and Freddie Loix. I think I've pronounced that right. So you got the numbers, seat belts, carbon fibre seats, what rally it is, which is New Zealand. And you've got all the Mitsubishi branded logos for the rally art. Not too bad. I'm hoping the white ones are bold. But to be honest, in the rally car kits they have been quite bold. Now the only problem is, like I said, with the Tommy and Freddie, there's no tobacco sponsorship. So while I was at the fair, I bought this Marlboro set. It's actually for the Formula 1 car. And it's £4.50 for the set, and you get all these Marlboro logos. So that's what I'm going to put on this. The one thing I forgot to say is this costs £20 from the fair. So here's the instruction book. A little bit of the explanation of what it, the 99 season there. I'm not sure if he won that actually. I can't remember. So you got your colour guide, your colour explanations there. Looks fairly straightforward, to be honest. I'm hoping when I put the body shell onto the chassis, it's not going to be as bad as that rally car kit that I did about 5 years ago, the Fiesta. So it's not looking too bad. You got all the rear section there. You got all the final touches, and then you've got the decal placement. But for 20 quid, I'm well chuffed on how cheap this was. So in my rambling kit review done, it's time to get cracking on. Right, construction has started on the Mitsubishi. I'm going to start with step 1. You've got 3 pieces. You've got the front lower arms, the engine, and the front steering. So that's the front lower arms, and there's 2 pieces. You've got E12, which is the main white piece, and then you've got C29, with these two little mounting brackets there that glue onto those pinholes there. So that's that. Once that was dry with the glue, I then spray painted it in the white, because I sprayed the sprues in the primer before. And then once that white had dried, I then went with the aluminium for that arm there and that arm there, black for that little armature there. For the mounting little brackets on this piece here, which was, what was it, C29. You got black for C29 itself, and then the C29 mounting tabs, those are in aluminium as well. So that's that done. Next part of step one is the main engine. You've got two parts for that. You've got C31 for the engine block, and then E2 for the armature. Now E2 has got a mounting notch there, and there's a hole inside C31. And what you do is you just push that into place into those grooves on each side of the block. So that's what I've done there. There's where it mounts in. And then just in front of my thumb there, you can just make out in the centre there. That's that mounting thing with the notch into the hole there. I haven't painted the inside yet because I don't know if that's going to be visible. So I went with the black for the main block, the aluminium for all these bits here, black for the little armature piece there and the armature piece there. Then you've got the blue there. And then for this section here, it tells you to mix two colours, 1 part X11 and 1 part X12. Well, X11 is silver and X12 is gold. So I just mixed some of my artist paint gold with the silver and just painted that. And that's that complete. And last but not least, on step number one is the front steering. You've got C37, which is the armature, which you've got these mounting C clips here. Those go back into the back of E5 and E6 respectively, which are the suspension arms or suspension assemblies. And you've got these little poly caps that go inside of the suspension assemblies, which are those. There's actually 4 of those. I've already used 2. And then once you don't glue those into place, you just pop those in. And then E9, E8 and E9, which are the brake assemblies, you just push those into place. No glue required. So with the armature, I've painted the gloss black in the middle, matte for these bits here. The suspension springs, I've painted silver on the inside of the tube. The actual springs themselves are in red. It calls for you to paint black, but looking at some pictures of the Evo, they're actually red. So that's what I've done there. You've got gold for these little cylinders there, both sides. Then you've got the actual armatures for the suspension. Those are in gloss black. You've got the brake disc, gunmetal. The inside of the brake is gold, and then the calipers are in red. What did XF56? Yeah, XF56. But what I did is I painted those in XF7 instead of XF56, which is the bright red. So that's all that complete. Step 1 is done. It's not much, but it's definitely something. Now on to step 2. Continuing on with the Evo, I've now put the front suspension and engine assemblies into place. As you remember from step 1, I put them all together and painted them. In step 2, going to the instructions, it tells you to put the suspension in first. The 2 little tops of the suspensions with the mounting notches into the holes there. Then it calls you to glue the engine in, so that's number 2. And then the top arms in number 3. So that's what I've done. So getting the camera down there, you can probably just make it out. The suspension springs with the mounting notch is in there. So that's those two mounting notches, one there and one there, poking through the hole. And I'll just put a drop of glue on the inside, on that side, and on the inside of that side where the springs are. Then I've got the engine. Now the engine had some arms on it as well. So what you do is you maneuver it into place on the one side, pushing that arm in, and then that arm won't meet there. So once that arm's in the proper position, then you need to push that arm in. So you go from that way, push it that way, and then bring that one down, push it into the hole at the back of the suspension arm there. That glues in to two little holes, one there and one there on the frame, right there. So there's my two holes for that. I still haven't painted the inside because I don't know how visible that's going to be yet. And last but not least, you've got the top arms here. Now the top arms, they glue into a hole. There's a hole there with a pin. There's another hole there with a pin. And then you just plop them onto top of the underneath of the mounting hole of the arm onto the mounting pin of the underneath of the suspension. And that was dead easy to push in. Didn't have to widen those at all. So I'll just put a drop of glue in those, and that's that set. Then I went on to these two back boxes here. You've got C24 and C23. So that's 24 and 23. You got black on the outside of the casing, and silver on the inside of that one, which is 23. On 24, the silver's on the back, so you got the three sides of the black, silver on the back. On 24, you got the blue rectangular pieces that are going to be painted all the way down there on top and down the front there. On 23, they've got to be red, so I've done the same for those. And then the top fascia is a mixture of X14, which is sky blue, and clear. But what I did is I mixed my where is it? My 36152 blue with a touch of the matte 34 white and the 36190 silver, and mixed those together because I haven't got sky blue. So the white and the blue and then the silver's just brought it out like a metallic effect. And that's where I'm sitting at the moment.